Here are the crypto top headlines covered in this video. Judge has strong views about Coinbase inquiry into Gensler's private messages. Also, U.S. lawmakers meet with crypto advocates in D.C. Roundtable. Plus, CFTC chair reiterates BTC and ETH are commodities in testimony. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles, and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We have a quick request that doesn't cost you anything in order to help. Help us grow this channel to 1,000 subscribers by September, which would be our channel's 1-year anniversary. All we ask is that you click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. By clicking on these, it does help grow the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline: Judge has strong views about Coinbase inquiry into Gensler's private messages. Judge Catherine Polkadot said she would hear from SEC and Coinbase lawyers on July 15th whether SEC Chair Gary Gensler's private communications on crypto were fair game. A federal judge overseeing the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission case against Coinbase suggested that the cryptocurrency exchange may be unable to inquire into Gary Gensler's private communications before he led the commission. In a July 11th hearing in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York, Coinbase lawyers argued they should be able to view data on Gensler's personal devices after the SEC provided no explicit assurances on his communications with market makers. The SEC's legal team asked Judge Catherine Polkadot to quash the subpoena into Gensler's personal communications, as the chair was not a fact witness and not an expert witness on the law in the Coinbase case. We're unable to get information from the SEC, said Coinbase lawyers, according to reporting from Inner City Press. The time period before we included because we tried to engage Mr. Gensler and the SEC, but they've refused to say he didn't use his personal device to communicate about crypto. Judge Fela said she didn't necessarily agree with Coinbase's arguments, but agreed to listen to them, adding she had strong views about the disproportionate burden of inquiry into Mr. Gensler's statements before he became chair. She asked both parties to file letters with the court by July 15th. The subpoena for the SEC chair's personal devices was part of discovery in the Commission's enforcement case against Coinbase filed in June 2023. The regulator alleged that Coinbase operated as an unregistered securities broker since 2019, violating U.S. securities laws. Coinbase initially requested Gensler produce communications from his personal devices in April, later claiming he had shared his views and communicated with market participants at times expressly in his personal capacity. The discovery request targeted communications and documents concerning the SEC chair's opinion on crypto starting in 2017. Let me pause here for a moment. If you're getting value out of this video, please click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Our next top headline: Lawmakers meet with crypto advocates in D.C. Roundtable. Anita Dunn, a senior advisor to Joe Biden, attended the roundtable in her personal capacity amid reports the U.S. president was considering changing his position on crypto. Members of the United States Congress and an advisor to President Joe Biden, acted in her personal capacity, joined a roundtable event with crypto industry heads. On July 10th, Representative Ro Khanna, Representative Joe Neguse, Senator Kristen Gillibrand, and Anita Dunn discussed digital assets with industry advocates, including Crypto Council for Innovation CEO Sheila Warren, Blockchain Association CEO Kristen Smith, Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, Stellar Development Foundation CEO Danelle Dixon, and entrepreneur Mark Cuban. Warren described the roundtable as a productive step forward in approaching crypto as nonpartisan issue, while Dixon echoed her sentiment. It's clear that these leaders understand that leadership from the United States on blockchain technology and digital assets is critical to ensure this industry and this technology is allowed to flourish, said Dixon. After the event, Garlinghouse took to X to suggest that the Roundtable may be a first step in moving from words to actual action. However, he also emphasized partisan divides on crypto and claimed Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler was eluded concerning digital assets. Overriding Biden's veto. Representatives Khanna and Neguse will join other members of the House of Representatives on July 10th to consider overriding President Biden's veto of a resolution affecting a Securities and Exchange Commission rule. The vote, which needs a two-thirds majority in the House to pass, would countermand an SEC account rule requiring banks to record cryptocurrency as a liability on their balance sheets. Though reportedly attending the roundtable in her personal capacity, Biden advisor Dunn's presence could suggest the U.S. president is reconsidering his position on crypto. Under Donald Trump, the Republican National Committee drafted a new policy platform, including opposition to a central bank digital currency and support for Bitcoin mining in the U.S. President Biden has also reportedly considered having his campaign accept crypto contributions for his re-election campaign in 2024. He and Trump are the presumptive candidates for the Democratic and Republican parties, but nothing is official until they receive nominations at their respective conventions in August and July. Our next top headline, CFTC Chair reiterates BTC and ETH are commodities in testimony. The head of the U.S. commodities regulator, Rostin Behnam, has again argued that the agency should be given regulatory oversight of Bitcoin and Ethereum to better protect investors. The United States commodities regulator chief has again argued that Bitcoin and Ether, the two largest cryptocurrencies by market cap, are commodities, and his agency should be given oversight of them. Speaking on July 9th before the U.S. Senate Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC, Chair Rostin Behnam argued that a recent court ruling in Illinois stated that Bitcoin and Ether are commodities. The July 3rd ruling was part of a $120 million Ponzi case involving an Oregon man accused of fraud. In the order, the Illinois District Court judge said both assets qualified as commodities. It also said that Olympus, or OHM, and Klima Dow, or KLIMA, qualified as commodities too. In its decision, the court reaffirmed that both Bitcoin and Ether are commodities under the Commodity Exchange Act. Additionally, Behnam cited a 2022 report from the Financial Stability Oversight Council, which highlighted a gap in regulation of the spot market for digital assets that are not securities, and called for his agency to assume a greater position of oversight for digital commodities. Behnam said ongoing inaction from other regulators in the U.S. would not quash public interest for digital assets and would only result in greater risk to financial markets and investors. In short, our current trajectory is not sustainable. Federal legislation is urgently needed to create a pathway for regulatory framework that will protect American investors and possibly the financial system from future risk, he said. Behnam says the CFTC is ready to enforce crypto rules. The CFTC chair outlined 5 key legislative priorities he believed his agency could introduce to better regulate digital commodities. These included his agency's ability to tailor rules to meet the unique risk profile of cryptocurrencies, a permanent fee-for-service model, funding model, requiring registrants to adhere to a comprehensive disclosure regimen regarding their crypto assets, as well as bolstering Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering privileges for the CFTC. Finally, He urged the committee to consider a disciplined, balanced framework for whether or not tokens are deemed commodities or securities under existing law, as well as working to introduce a comprehensive education and outreach program concerning crypto assets in the U.S. The SEC and CFTC have a long-standing partnership that facilitates strong, robust regulation of securities and derivatives markets, Benham said. I am confident that the two agencies will continue working closely, ensuring a reliable, fair, and efficient system for listing and trading of digital assets on regulated exchanges. So this concludes Crypto Top Headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.